Hi there, if you are watching this video, you're planning to take an English exam. It doesn't matter what kind of exam you're going to take, Cambridge, APTIS or language school exam, they all have something in common. They like to give their students an essay as a written part of the exam. There are different kinds of essays, but today we're going to look at one. Pros and cons, or in other words, for and against essay. We will see what kind of essay it is, what structure it has, and how to write it. Let's start. So what is it? For and against essay, it's an argumentative essay where we give advantages and disadvantages of something. It's a formal type of writing. That means that we cannot use informal and colloquial language and contractions. So you're in an exam. You are given a topic, what to do. Let's see the steps you need to follow to write your perfect essay. First of all, read a topic and think of ideas. Make a list of advantages and disadvantages. There is one common mistake a lot of students make. When they are given a topic, they start to write straight away. Don't do it. Stop. Stop and take 5 or 10 minutes to think of your ideas. Make plan of your essay. So spend 5-10 minutes to think of the ideas, make a list of advantages and disadvantages, and make a plan of your essay. Now let's have a look at the structure of the essay. The first paragraph of your essay will be introduction. Then you will have main body and conclusion. Once you have finished to write your essay, look it through again, read it carefully and check for spelling mistakes. Now let's have a look at the structure of our essay in more details. As I've said, the first part of your essay is introduction. So in this paragraph, you will need to introduce a given topic without giving your personal opinion. So only give the idea to the reader of what you are going to write about. For example, if you are given a topic, human behavior in crisis situation, the introduction can be like that. If you want, you can stop this video and read the introduction carefully. For example, the nature of human behavior, especially in critical situations, is claimed to be one of the most investigated research topics for both psychologists and anthropologists. Nonetheless, it's one of the controversial ones. There is an opinion that the majority of people are selfish. Meanwhile, according to the numerous studies, the explosion of altruism is highly likely to be observed when humans are facing unexpected difficulties. In this essay, we will try to figure out which behavior is prioritized by individuals in decisive moment. So here we introduce the topic. You gave an idea to the reader what we're going to write about and what we're going to write in this essay. So in this essay, we will try to figure out which behavior is prioritized by people. Let's move on. Now the main body. The main body will consist of 2 paragraphs. One paragraph where we will write about the points for or advantages of something, justified with our examples and reasons. For example, if you are given a topic of new technologies, the first paragraph of the main body can look like that. To begin with, it needs to be said that the innovations in medicine help us detect and prevent numerous diseases, not to mention improve their treatments. For instance, having a possibility of periodical checks, a great number of women could have detected a breast cancer before its spreading. If the X-ray hadn't been invented, many patients would keep on losing their lives without tumors being diagnosed. So here we wrote about disadvantages advantages of new technologies in medicine. We gave our point. We are saying that innovation help us detect and prevent diseases and improve their treatments. And then we back it up with an example, saying, for instance, and then we're talking about periodical checks with X-rays, how women can prevent and find out about their disease, their illnesses on time. The second part of the main body is where we write the points against or disadvantages with our justifications and examples. For example, if we are given a topic of public transport, so we need to, in the first paragraph, we're going to write about advantages of using public transport, and in the second paragraph of the main body, we're going to talk about disadvantages of the usage of public transport. For example, talking about benefits, we cannot forget about disadvantages. So we introduce what we're going to write about in this paragraph. The most annoying of using public transport is time dependency. If you miss your bus or there is a last-minute cancellation, you will have to wait for another one to arrive. So we give the sentence of introduction of our paragraph, what we're going to write about in this paragraph, and then we gave the disadvantage of using public transport, which is time dependency. And then we back our point up, describing that if we miss a bus, we have to wait for another one. And the last part of our essay is conclusion. This is a paragraph where we will summarize of what we have said before, what we have written in the main body, and here we will give our own opinion. For example, from my point of view, the nature of a newborn humankind is absolutely upright. Nonetheless, it can be negatively influenced during their lifetime. And according to the examples above, we can conclude that not only do scientists prove that humans are mostly altruists when natural disasters occur, but the life experience also shows us that people are more likely to have difficulties harming each other during armed conflict, even when they are forced to do so. So here we make a conclusion, we summarize, we sum up of what we have written in the main body, and we give our opinion. I hope this video will help you to write your perfect essay, and now I would like to answer one question I'm always asked. Can we use phrasal verbs in essays? Although you might have heard that it's not recommended to use phrasal verbs in formal writings since they sound quite informal and colloquial, but there are some of them that can be quite useful and handy in your essays. I will give you some of them. The first phrasal verb is to point out. To point out means to identify, to draw attention to something. So if you want to introduce your point and if you want to draw readers' attention to your point, I recommend you to use this phrasal verb. To focus on, it's another useful and handy phrasal verb to draw attention of your reader. The next phrasal verb is to carry out. To carry out means to perform a task, for example, a survey, a questionnaire. So if you are writing a report or you're describing some survey that was carried out, I invite you to use this phrasal verb in your writing. To look into. To look into means to investigate. If, for example, you have already used a verb to investigate, to replace it, you can use to look into. The next phrasal verb is to set up. That means to install. The next phrasal verb is to bring about. To bring about means to cause, for example, to cause diseases. So if you're writing about medicine or illnesses and diseases, you can feel free to use this phrasal verb. It will sound quite nice, natural, and it will fit in your writing essay. The last phrasal verb I would like to give you today is to account for. That means to constitute and to explain. So again, if you've used already a verb to explain, you can replace it with a phrasal verb to account for. I hope you will enjoy the video, and if you want to keep on learning with me, I invite you to check out my channel. For more videos, follow my channel.